Okay, so, if you don't know, Team Fortress 2 has had a small issue with bot hosters just ruining the entire game for everyone. Thankfully, that was fixed last year. Uh, and some other attempts were made to fix it, in years previous. For example, in 2020, free-to-plays, which were people who didn't pay to play the game, they just downloaded it for free, because TF2 is a free game, and just fuck it, send it, let's fucking send it. Couldn't speak anymore, which was an attempt to stop the influx of mic spamming bots, because there were quite a few, and they were saying some quite nasty things. More nasty things than I'd usually say. And, for like a week it worked in preventing the bots from spamming, but they eventually found a loophole in just getting premium accounts, which isn't the most expensive thing. It's $7 an account, and they were using the same account multiple times. It's a whole thing. But this didn't allow people who only play games for free to use voice chat. They couldn't even call for medic, they couldn't use voice commands, they couldn't use text chat. It restricted chat in Team Fortress 2, which is a game literally has a team in the name. You're supposed to communicate with your team. So, Katami, famous for doing some other things, fixed TF2 I think it was part of, founder of Man Magazine, if you've ever read that. He's drafted and written this entire letter, and also gotten a whole load of community names. As of recording, we've got almost 1,000 signatures, which is insane. And here's the letter. Unmute free-to-play. It's an open letter to Valve from the TF2 community, sent to their address. This is most likely going to be printed out. And it reads, "To whom it may concern at Valve, the following is an open letter from the general Team Fortress 2 community and its free-to-play player base. Teamwork without communication is impossible. Team Fortress 2 is no exception. Since the game's release in October 2007, communication through text chat, and voice commands has been integral to TF2 as a team-based first-person shooter. However, in 2020, an influx of cheater bots spamming obscene and discriminatory content in casual servers, a decision was made to restrict free-to-play players from using communication tools. While the intent behind this decision was understandable at the time, we believe the long-term effects have been more harmful than helpful. This measure failed to curb any bot's ability to spam while simultaneously punishing any legitimate players from vital and basic game mechanics by locking it behind a paywall. Nearly 5 years later, the restrictions persist, and even though the bot crisis has largely subsided, this has left free-to-play players voiceless and disconnected in a game that thrives on teamwork and communication. Free-to-play players can't coordinate pushes, alert teammates of the presence of spies and sentries, or even call for a medic. These actions are essential to meaningful teamwork in a game that features the word team in its title. Silencing free-to-play players creates an uneven playing field, where those who had paid for premium accounts have a direct advantage over those who do not. This compromises the game's core design philosophy. Additionally, the current systems encourage exclusionary environment that discourage new players from contributing fully to the game, and when a new player joins TF2, they're introduced to a game that is advertised as team-based. They cannot communicate with their team unless they pay. Denying the ability to participate in any kind of teamwork keeps them outside and looking in, and hampers their ability to learn, grow, and appreciate the game. This results in many new players leaving the game entirely before they can even enjoy TF2 as it was designed to be played. This defies the concept of TF2 being free to play in its truest sense. There is little to no evidence that these limitations have resulted in a safer or more enjoyable space than Team Fortress 2. Instead, bot hosters have found ways for their bots to spread spam through easily obtained premium accounts. Instead, restricting free-to-play communication has only alienated and silenced players who otherwise added a positive contribution to the community. It is clear that muting free-to-play players has not solved the issue of discriminatory content or spam, but has only hurt a significant portion of the player base. Muting free-to-play players is a relic of TF2's past. Briefly served as a purpose in the midst of the bot crisis, But that crisis has long since ended. What is left is an outdated restriction that prevents communication and inhibits teamwork. Two pillars upon which Team Fortress 2 was built. For the reasons stated above, the Team Fortress 2 community respectfully asks that the 5-year muting of free-to-plays, which prevents voice chat, text chat, and voice commands, be lifted. Let all players, regardless of their account status, experience TF2 as it was intended. A game where communication is key and where every voice matters. Thank you for your time and consideration. Signed. And then here are all the names. We've got about 20 pages already. And some of the most notable people, Katami Cat, Miro, who is writer of this letter, Military Snake, Michael, and myself, Toaster Lad. You can see my first name there. We've all helped in writing down all these names, and we've got some pretty big names backing this as well. Wheezy, Rad Demo, Tearsfall, who's the current lead of Man Magazine, Mega Scatterbomb, who for the longest time was solo-handedly spearheading the bot problem. The Watch Show, Zesty Jesus, Big Boy Games, Ian the Awesome, who hosts the charity event Seasonal Lander, Shawk, Hintshot, a bunch of big names. It's a unanimous decision here, basically, that free-to-play should be able to speak. It's, a shame that they've been muted, and the attempts that were made to stop bots fell to the side and instead just punished players who don't want to pay to speak. So the link to this letter will be left in the description, as long as a forum for anyone who wants to sign up. We're taking signatures until the end of the month, until the end of March. So if you're watching this after then, sucks to be you. I'm kidding. But yeah, we're taking signatures, as I've said. We've got almost 1,000. This is a cause that, I'm willing to stand with. It's very unlikely that someone would be against this. Some people might go, oh, you're going to get people saying bad things in voice chat. That happens regardless, honestly. And it lets people experience the game more. As said in this letter, there's no downsides to this. It's just letting people enjoy the game how it should. So sign it, read all the names below if you want to waste 20 minutes. And yeah, hopefully this will shake up Valve a bit, wake them up a bit and make them fix a few more things in this game. Team Fortress 2, I'm always going to love it, no matter what state it's in. If Valve servers are down, there's always community servers. If bots are around, there's always community servers. That we stick together, as the name suggests, as a team. We'll fight for this game for as long as it takes.